Alright, so like I said, there's two methods to this lesson, so this is going to be method 2. So method 2 is the one that I learned how to do, and it's the only way I thought you could do it until I learned method 1. And then, so once again, it does not matter which method you choose, you just need to be able to do one of the two methods properly. Okay, so the difference between method 1 and method 2, I guess is technically number 3, is that we will not be rewriting it in terms of exponential to logarithmic, but you will still be taking the log of both sides. So step 1, what you're to do is you are literally going to take the log of my 2 to the x and log 61. Because now I can actually go through and use some of my log rules in order to simplify this. I'm trying to solve for x, but x is currently in the exponent. Whenever you have the log of something, you can take your exponent and you can move it out front, and you get x log 2 is equal to log 61. And now I'm able to go through and get the x by itself by dividing both sides by log 2. And then you can plug this into your calculator. So if I go to my calculator, I'm going to plug in log 61 divided by log of 2. And I get the answer of 5.9307, which is actually the exact same answer that you got when we did it the other method. Okay, so I'm going to go through and be doing mostly all the evens, so you can write down that method. You can kind of pick and choose how you want, but you plug it in to check your answer the same way that we did last time. You would do 2 to the second answer, so I guess I should show you that. I'm going to do 2 raised to second answer, and it should equal 61, which it does. Okay, so let's try another one. We're going to do number 6 for the evens. You get 4 to the 3w minus 5 is equal to 3. In order to take the log of both sides, you need to get whatever's being raised to the exponent by itself. It just makes life easier. So I'm going to still add 5 to both sides. I'm going to get 4 to the 3w is equal to 8. I'm then going to take the log of both sides to get log of 4 to the 3w is equal to log 8. You can now take your exponent of 3w and you can move it in front. And when you move it in front, you are multiplying everything together. We're trying to go through and get my w by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3 log of 4. And the whole purpose of doing that is now it gets a w by itself. So when we go to plug this into our calculator, you just need to be careful with how you plug it in. You can do log 8 divided by parentheses 3 log 4. Close parenthesis twice. I'm going to get an answer of 0.5. Okay, so when we go to check our answer, we'll do 4 raised to 3 times my second answer. Arrow to the right, we'll do minus 5, and my answer should be equal to 3, which it is. Okay, let's flip the page and try some of the other evens. Okay, let's look at number 8. Number 8, we have 10 times 5 to the 3k minus 3 is equal to 40. Okay, step 1 is we need to get rid of this 10, so we're going to divide both sides by 10, and you're going to get 5 to the 3k minus 3 is equal to 4. Now I can take the log of both sides, and in doing so, it allows me to bring this entire exponent in front. This entire exponent, though, is going to get multiplied to that log 5. So it's super important that you are going through and putting that 3k minus 3 in parentheses. I need to get the 3k minus 3 by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by log 5. And you're going to get 3k minus 3 is equal to log 4 divided by log 5. I need to get the 3k by itself, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides. I'm going to get 3k is equal to log of 4 divided by log of 5 plus 3. And last but not least, to get the k by itself, I'm going to divide everything by 3. I'm going to get this crazy fraction. And you can plug it in as steps or as one giant fraction, but we're going to plug this in to see what my answer is going to be equal to. Okay, let's see. Now, you could technically do this step right here in the calculator first and then plug it in. I like to just do it all at one time. So we're going to add in our fraction button, and we're going to add it in again. We're going to get log of 4 divided by log of 5. And we're going to do plus 3, arrow to the bottom, and then we'll get our 3 right here. And I got an answer of 1.2871. Okay, and then you can plug this back in to make sure that it works. We'll do 10 times 5 raised to the 3 times second answer. Whoops, wrong button. Second answer minus 3, arrow to the right. We need to make sure this equals 40, which it does. So that's your final answer. Okay, let's try number 10. Okay, number 10, we have negative 2 times 5p plus 7 is negative 63. Step 1, I'm going to subtract my 7 and get negative 2 times 5 to the p is equal to negative 70. We'll divide both sides by a negative 2, and you'll get 5p is equal to 35. Now you can go through and take the log of both sides. That allows you to take your exponent and move it out front and get p log 5 is equal to log 35. And now divide both sides by log of 5 and plug this into our calculator. Alright, so let's see, when we do this, we'll get log 35 divided by log of 5, and I get an answer of 2.2091. Okay, and then you can plug it back in to make sure that it does work, and it will. Okay, let's do one more. Let's look at number 14. I probably should switch back so you can see it. Okay, here's number 14. We got 3 times 8 to the 3 minus 7n plus 10 is equal to 94. Step 1 is you have to get this by itself, so I'm going to subtract my 10 and get 3 times 8 to the 3 minus 7n is equal to 84. I need to get my 8 by itself, so that means you need to divide everything by 3, and you're going to get 8 to the 3 minus 7n is equal to 28. Step 2 is you're going to take, I think this is step 3 now, log 8 of 3 minus 7n is equal to log 28. You can now bring everything that was in your exponent out front, and once again, you need to make sure you're putting it, in parentheses. We can get rid of my log 8 by dividing by both sides by that. You're going to get 3 minus 7n is equal to log 28 over log 8. If you really wanted to, you could figure out what this was as a decimal, but I think that sometimes that's where we make mistakes because you're rounding when you shouldn't be. I'm going to start by subtracting 3 to both sides, and you get negative 7n is equal to log of 28 divided by log of 8 minus 3. And then I'm going to divide everything by a negative 7 to get this crazy fraction. I'll plug it in the calculator, make sure we get the correct answer. Okay, so once again, I'm going to do alpha x, so I can get a fraction within a fraction. And you're going to do log of 28 divided by log of 8, arrow to the right, and then we'll do minus 3, arrow to the bottom, and we're dividing by negative 7, and I get an answer of 0.1996. Check your answer, and you should get the same thing. So this is method 2. It's not that it's overly challenging, it's just different than what we have been doing. So you can choose whatever method you prefer the most. You just need to be able to do one of them all the way through. Alrighty, well hopefully you're doing better than, let's see if I can get Leah in here. Here's my dog. Leah. Ooh, not very good at this. Wait, I'm gonna go this way. Leah. Wow, I'm really good at getting her on camera, guys. Maybe if I do this. There we go. She's upside down because that's how the camera works, but she's been listening to every single one of these lessons, and she's learned so much math, guys. So, alright, if you have any questions, obviously I need to get out of the house. Alright, talk to you soon. Bye.